Welcome back to the channel. Here you'll find the fastest updates on breaking news, shocking secrets, and dramatic predictions for times. The young and the restless. Who will betray whom? What secrets are about to be revealed? And what horrific tragedy awaits the characters in Genoa City? Subscribe, turn on notifications, and join us to discover the unmissable developments right now. Welcome back to our channel, everyone. Today is a truly wild day in the soap world, and we have a lot of intense, emotional drama to unpack from Genoa City. Grab a comfortable seat and let's get right into the thick of it. So let's just dive right into the absolute mess that is Noah Newman and Sienna Bacall. Honestly, what are we even doing here? What were the writers thinking with it? We have been watching this incredibly uncomfortable tension building up between Noah and Sienna for weeks now, and it finally exploded in the worst possible way. I mean, we all knew that things were getting toxic. We all knew that Matt Clark's dark shadow was suffocating. But this crossed a line that I don't think anyone was fully prepared. It feels like a massive shift for the show, and I am still trying to wrap my head around the sheer chaos of it all. And to really understand how we got to this horrifying breaking point, we have to look at the bigger picture. Matt Clark has been an absolute menace. The guy is a walking... We just found out that he completely defied Victor Newman, ripped off his ankle monitor, and announced he was moving in with Phyllis Summers, which, by the way, is a whole other level of crazy that the fans on social media are losing their minds over. Matt is pushing every single boundary, and his mere presence in Genoa City is like a toxic gas infecting everyone. Noah has been breathing in that toxicity for way too long. He has developed this massive, overbearing white knight syndrome when it comes to Sienna. He wants to protect her, sure, but it hasn't looked like protection lately. It's looked like pure, suffocating control. But the real catalyst for this absolute disaster was the news about Nick. A few episodes ago, Sharon had to sit Noah down and break the news that his father had suffered a setback and was entering an inpatient rehab facility. Now, Sharon was trying to protect Noah. She was intentionally downplaying the terrifying reality of Nick's severe fentanyl addiction. She didn't tell Noah the full, horrifying truth about Nick being held hostage and tortured by Matt Clark in Las Vegas, or how Matt forced Nick into this relapse. But Noah isn't stupid. He knows Matt is involved somehow. He knows Matt destroys everything and everyone he touches. So hearing that his dad is broken and fighting for his life in rehab, it completely shattered Noah's psyche. It put him on edge in a way we haven't seen before. So Noah is walking around with this intense, bubbling paranoia. He is terrified of Matt. He is furious at him. And his anxiety is entirely focused on, he starts noticing little things at first. Sienna acting jumpy. Sienna hiding her phone screen. Sienna making vague excuses about where she is going. And instead of just sitting down and having an honest conversation with the woman he supposedly loves, Noah goes full-blown detective. He starts snooping. I hate when the show does this. I really do. It's such a frustrating trope, but Noah couldn't help it. His paranoia completely took over the wheel, and he found it. He found the undeniable, concrete proof. The show didn't spell out exactly what the physical evidence was right away, but it was impossible to deny. Maybe it was a burner phone or a string of deleted texts that he managed to recover, or maybe he tracked her location. Whatever it was, it hit Noah like a freight train. The proof was staring him right in the face. Sienna was still secretly meeting with Matt Clark. Despite all of Noah's desperate warning, despite everything Matt has done to the Newman family, Sienna was still sneaking around with the devil himself. I mean, can you even imagine the betrayal Noah felt in that? He has been screaming from the rooftops that Matt is a dangerous psychopath. He literally burst in on Matt and Sienna at the Shadow Room a while back, throwing a massive fit and demanding that Matt leave town. And what did Sienna do? She ripped into Noah. She scolded him for acting like a controlling. She told him she wasn't gullible and that she didn't need him to manage her life. She basically demanded that he back off. So for Noah to find out that after all those defensive speeches, she was still secretly conspiring with Matt, Noah's brain must have just completely short-circuited. But let's pause and look at Sienna for a second. Why on earth was she meeting with Matt? Was she trying to play him? Was she being blackmailed? We know Sienna has a dark, complicated past with Matt. He manipulates her. He gets inside her head. Maybe she genuinely thought she was in control of the situation. Maybe she thought she could outsmart a certified sociopath and somehow protect Noah in the process. Whatever her twisted logic was, she made a catastrophic mistake by keeping Noah in the dark. Because when Noah looked at that proof, he didn't see a woman. He saw a liar. He saw a traitor. So Noah confronts her. And you guys, this scene was just brutal. It was so incredibly tense and hard to watch. Noah doesn't just ask her about the evidence. He attacks her with it. He comes at her with this cold, terrifying, vibrating anger. He corners her in the room, throwing the proof in her face, demanding to know why she... The pacing of the scene was so fast, so erratic. It felt like watching a car crash in slow motion. You knew something terrible was going to happen, but the flow of the dialogue was just pulling you toward the cliff. Sienna's reaction just poured gasoline on. She was backed into a corner. Maybe she tried to explain herself, or maybe she just stood there in stunned silence because she knew she was caught. But whatever she did, it wasn't enough to calm Noah down. He wasn't listening to reason. He was too far gone. All he could hear was the buzzing of his own. He felt like a complete fool. He felt like he had put his heart and soul on the line to protect a woman who was actively playing him for an idiot. And the anger just kept escalating. The yelling got louder. The accusations got uglier. The emotional temperature of the room was completely off the charts. And then it happened. The moment that is going to break the internet, the moment that is going to define this storyline forever. Noah, in a blind fit of absolute uncontrollable rage, slapped her. He slapped Sienna across the face, hard. I literally gasped out loud at my... Did Noah Newman really just hit a woman? Did the sensitive artist, the golden boy, the guy who has spent months trying to protect Sienna from an abusive monster just become an abuser himself? Yes, yes, he did. It was a physical strike, a short, brutal punch of violence that completely shattered the reality of their relationship. It was so shocking, so incredibly jarring. The writers actually they crossed a line that you just don't come back from. Short punches of violence. Then suddenly this long, suffocating silence. The immediate aftermath was deafening. Just dead, heavy silence. Sienna stood there, completely frozen. The shock on her face was absolutely devastating. You could see her entire world crumbling in her eyes. This was the man who promised to keep her safe. This was the man who claimed he was better, kinder, and safer than Matt Clark. And in one split second of lost control, he proved that he was capable of the exact same physical violence. Sienna was absolutely paralyzed. She was dead silent. The betrayal wasn't just emotional anymore. It was physical. She was completely broken down, realizing in real time that she had traded one monster for another. And Noah? Oh, Noah. The instant regret was written all over. He looked down at his hand like it didn't even belong to him. He looked at Sienna's face, at the shock and the fear in her eyes, and you could see the absolute horror wash over him. He realized what he had. He realized he had crossed a boundary that can never, ever be uncrossed. The White Knight just turned into the villain. But did he stay? Did he fall to his knees and beg for mercy? Did he try to comfort the woman he just assaulted? No. He ran. He left her there. Noah turned around and walked out the door, fleeing the scene in deep, suffocating. It was such an act of cowardice. Honestly, it makes me sick just thinking. He couldn't even face the consequences of his own violent action. He just fled, consumed by his own regret and self-hatred, leaving the woman he supposedly loves shattered and alone. What a complete and utter character assassin. I mean, maybe I'm being too harsh. Maybe the writers are trying to show how the trauma of dealing with Matt Clark is infecting the entire Newman family like a virus. Okay, that sounded dramatic, but you get what I mean. Matt is a disease, and Noah just caught it. But let's be real here. There is no coming back from this. None. You can't just apologize for hitting your partner. Sienna realizes it too. As she stood there alone, bearing the emotional scars of Noah's rage, she knew it was over. The relationship is irreparably broken. It is dead. Noah killed it the exact second he raised his. And honestly, good for her if she never speaks to him again. No one deserves to be manipulated, and absolutely no one deserves to. Sienna is a flawed character, sure. She makes terrible decisions, especially when it comes, but she did not deserve that violence. So what happens next? Where does Noah even go from here? How does he look his mother in the eye? Sharon is a survivor. She survived Matt Clark's horrific abuse. How is she going to react when she finds out her son hit a woman because of his own uncontrollable jealousy and rage? How is Nick going to react when he gets out of rehab? This is going to tear the Newman family apart from the inside out. And Matt Clark? Oh, Matt is going to absolutely love this. Matt is going to use this to prove that the Newmans are just as dirty, just as violent, and just as unhinged as he is. Noah just handed Matt the ultimate weapon on a silver platter. Matt wants to destroy the Newmans, and Noah is doing the work. It's a tragic, messy, clunky disaster of a storyline, but I can't look away. I am just so tired of seeing these legacy characters destroyed for the sake of shock value. But I can't deny that it makes for compelling television. It's clunky in places, it's messy, it's painful to watch, but I am completely hooked. We have to see the fallout. We have to see Noah face the music for what he did. And we have to see what Sienna does next. Will she run back to Matt for comfort? God, I hope not. But after what Noah just did, who could blame her for feeling completely lost and broken? This show is driving me. It really, really is. The Genoa City landscape has fundamentally. Noah Newman crossed the Rubicon, and Sienna Bacall paid the ultimate price. We will be watching closely to see how this all shakes out.